Yo, so I rarely make videos talking about other people, like reaction videos or me just sharing my opinion on someone. But I wanted to make this one because Andrew Tate is someone that I followed for a few years. And truth be told, his message has completely changed my life. It's completely changed the way I think. I've achieved so much in my life compared to what I used to have, thanks to the message that he has, promoted over the years. A message of truth, of bravery, of strength, of masculinity. So, Andrew is someone that has impacted my life. He really, really has. And I've never in my entire life ever looked up to an influential figure, right? Ever. Except for him. Because he was different. He was this man that completely created this shift in the world where people started seeing what was actually going on, how the world was actually working. And he started speaking on the truth when no one else did. And he was brave. And people admired him. People followed him. They still do. And he was the man. And he's inspired so many others to start speaking out, start being brave, start being controversial. Not being controversial for the sake of being controversial, but being controversial for the sake of the truth. Because no one wants to speak the truth anymore because it's scary, it comes with a lot of consequences. And that was the man that he was. And I say was because I feel like something has changed. I've started noticing Andrew backtracking a lot of the things he said in the past, and it's sad to see. It's it's really disappointing. It truly is. And what I mean specifically is I'm talking about what happened recently when he was in Miami with, Nick, Clav, all those other guys, and they got into a lot of controversy playing the the Heil Hitler song in the van and in the club. Well, they didn't play in the club, but they played in the van, and they got a lot of heat. Andrew Tate got a lot of heat, and Andrew Tate was someone who played the song himself in his Bugatti in Dubai. I think it was Dubai. He blasted this song, getting into his car and then driving off. And then he gets on the PBD podcast. He starts talking about how this song is immature. I don't support this. This is not me. I just happened to be there, making excuses, not taking any accountability, throwing someone under the bus, being Sneeko, that he had shook hands with, and even talked about making content with, and basically squashing the beef together live on camera, 4K, right? And then he gets on this podcast. He talks about Sneeko is not my friend. Sneeko just talks shit about me, and then he throws him under the bus. He apologizes to the woke mob. He explains himself. He talks about how immature this was, and he would never do something like that. This guy literally played that song himself before getting into his car and driving off. Like, the video is out there. He's made the Roman salute multiple times on video, or I can recall one video, but I would think it's been done multiple times. But once is enough. Once is enough. Because he's then backtracking, saying that these things are offensive when he has done them himself, which is a little bit weird. And yeah, maybe he sold out. Maybe he did. And it's very disappointing to see. Very, very disappointing to see. And he even promoted gambling as a Muslim for his fight, for his recent fight. And his excuse was, well, this was part of the card. I have to just go with it, and I have to do what I gotta do to get the fight, and it's nothing I can do. I don't promote gambling, but it was just part of it. You didn't have to do it though. Like, he did not have to do that. He didn't need the money. He didn't need to sell out. He could have just said, you know what? I'm gonna create my own fighting organization, and fight on that card, and I'm going to promote whatever I want to promote. He didn't have to sell out. And same thing with crypto. Back in 2023, he said he would never ever promote a crypto project ever, because he knows that crypto is meant to make the retail average trader broke, because they're used as exit liquidity. That's how crypto works, right? He said he would never do it, and he wouldn't be able to sleep at night knowing that one of his fans had lost money from him promoting a crypto project. What does he do the year after? He starts promoting a bunch of bullshit ass projects, right? Which is really, really sad to see. A bunch of projects like that he knew were not going to survive. They were going to go to zero eventually. He talked about how he would make this the currency of his online school, and how this would be something that wouldn't just pump and dump, that it would be, for the long haul. All the projects that he promoted have basically gone to shit. They're down 90+%, if not more. And his fans lost a bunch of money. So it's sad to see, and it just goes to show that no one can be trusted. The man that I thought would never backtrack his own words, that would never, betray the truth the way he has, and just completely sell out and apologize and be a fucking pussy, the man I never thought would do any of those things eventually did. And the surprising part is the timing of it all, when he did those things, because he had already beat it. No one believed in any of the charges. He had already stood up for truth for years against injustice and against, against evil for years. And that's why people loved him. That's why people, started following him and listening to him, because he spoke out against the system, and he was able to come out the other side victorious. People saw him as the first man ever that beat the game. He beat the system, beat the matrix, He was the first one ever that stood head to head with the system and didn't lose his life for it or get imprisoned for life, because he had the influence, And if they did anything like that to him, he would have been martyred. And he won. And then he goes to sell out after that. And I get that he's tired of all the heat. He's tired of living in constant stress and constant fear. But if it's worth it, if it means standing on business and standing up for truth. But he decided, you know what? I just want to chill. I just want to relax and live my life. So I'm not going to say controversial shit anymore. I'm going to apologize. And I'm just going to, say sorry to the woke mob. It's very, very disappointing to see. Throwing someone under the bus after shaking hands with him, saying everything is cool, we're going to film content together, and then just, he's not my friend. He's this person that just talks shit about me. He played the song, blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry for offending people. I think this is very, unfunny, very immature. The very same guy that played that song in his Bugatti. Yeah. Obviously, I think we all know what's going on. He's in the US. He doesn't want to upset people. Doesn't want to end up in jail. And he knows the world is ran by Jews. We all do. And he decided, you know what? I'm not going to speak out. I'm going to behave. I'm going to be a good goyim. And I'm not going to upset people. Because if I upset the wrong people, then we all know what's going to happen. So yeah. Again, it feels weird speaking about someone else on my channel. And speaking out on these things, because I don't want this channel to be about anyone else. I don't want it to be like a reaction channel. But the reason I talk about this isn't because it's hot and it's viral right now. I talk about it because Andrew is someone that I've followed for years, and I'm forever grateful for his message. I still do look up to him, but I'm just extremely disappointed. And I hope I don't want him to apologize to his fans. I don't want him to apologize ever. I just, would like him to acknowledge that what he did was wrong, and that he has learned and realized that backtracking on his word and not standing on business is a pussy thing to do, and then get back to his old self. Stop promoting fucking crypto projects after saying he wouldn't. Stop promoting gambling after transitioning to Islam. And stop backtracking on your fucking words. You played that song, you made a salute, you've done all those things. The internet has everything stored. So just go back to being the person that you are without being afraid of of the pressure. And I know he's not afraid. I think he's just tired of it. He's just sick of having to deal with constant heat. And I don't get it, but I kind of get where he's coming from because I haven't gone through that. So I can't say that I do get it. But I get why he's backtracking. But still, it's like you've chosen this path. You should be willing to give your life for this cause. Truthfully. You went into it and it's what made you famous and it's what made men all over the world love you and adore you. So stand on business. Don't backtrack your shit. So yeah, that's it. I want to obviously hear your guys' thoughts. Would be interesting to have a discussion about this in the comment section. But yeah, again, just disappointed to see. But I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts. And yeah, as always, thank you for watching. See you next time. Cheers.